What's going on, guys? Oh my Godzilla back here with a very exciting video we do every year here on the channel where we take on the almost seemingly impossible task of taking all the releases and boiling it down to my top 10 favorite figures of the year. Without further ado, let's jump right in.
Oh my god!
Now guys, there were a lot of figures that came out this year, a ton of GXK stuff, a ton of -1 stuff, and then a bunch of other stuff just peppered out in between from all of our favorite companies, from Bandai to Hiya to SH MonsterArts to Super 7, and everything in between. So many amazing companies threw their hat in the ring this year with so many amazing figures. But starting off at number 10, guys, is a figure from a company I hadn't really ever got anything from before, and they all of a sudden threw their hat in the GXK ring. This figure, coming in at number 10, is the Jada Toys Godzilla. So here he is, the number 10 figure on the list, the Jada Toys RC Godzilla. I didn't grab the little remote, but it comes with a cool little remote. And he is in kind of his hibernation mode right now. I took the batteries out so he doesn't corrode or anything, since I'm kind of in a phase of not using him and just kind of more displaying him. But I did a whole video showing off the amazing lights, the amazing atomic breath feature on this figure. I think they did a really good job. It's a very unique figure. It kind of reminds me of all those old school, like Jurassic Park figures that I used to have. Like I used to have the walking T-Rex and stuff. So this totally reminds me of that. Kind of gives me a fun old school vibe while kind of updating it with modern Godzilla. A very awesome figure. Super glad I have it in the collection. And it very much helps kind of give me a loving impression of this figure that I was able to get it pretty early, do a video on it, and that video was able to do pretty well. So I appreciate the community for supporting me in that right. And I love this figure, so that's why it's secured number 10. Number 9 is a figure that came out earlier this year as well, and is kind of on the flip side of kind of the realistic, awesome, big, intimidating, fun figures, but is super adorable and small, guys. Coming in at number 9, Funko released a Godzilla in the sleeping position from when he was in the Colosseum in Rome. This figure is adorable. Here he is, our number 9 figure of the year. I just love this cute little adorable Godzilla. Love the curled up sleeping pose. I just love how his spines look, his little legs. Just a super adorable figure. Funko did a great job with the face, and I'm really glad that we got this figure. You know, it's just a very unique figure. There's no other really, takes on the kind of sleeping Godzilla. The only thing missing is the Colosseum. That would be a lot of fun if they did a little to scale one that he could live in there, but I love this figure. Not much else to say. Very, very adorable. Thank you, Funko, for this figure. Guys, the number 8 figure on this list is from my favorite company to collect from, Bandai, their first entry that made their way onto the list. Guys, this is from a new series Bandai started doing called the Godzilla Art Series, and this figure made its way onto the list. Coming in 8th place for the year is the Godzilla, the Art Series, the Coin Park Delivery 1991. I know the tag says 2023, but I don't know a single person that got it in 2023, in the States at least. So I'm including this figure in 2024 because everyone I know got it this year. So this figure, absolutely gorgeous, was one of the figures that kind of helped kick off the Art Series, which is a couple new figures coming out in 2025. Looks super amazing. We're gonna get, I'm sure those will make the top 10 list next year. But I just love how they did this figure. The blue is gorgeous. Then they have they have 3 different blues on the front, the kind of the main dark blue, then the kind of shiny blue, and then the lighter blue. The spines have this awesome, like, green, kind of reminds me of, like, a Biolante vibe. And they painted it all the way down to the end of the tail. Amazing! It helps with the tag's gorgeous, the face is awesome, everything's painted very nicely and accurately. This is one of Bandai's finest pieces of work. And that is why this figure is my number 8 favorite figure on the year. Guys, number 7 is a figure company that frequently has multiple editions on the top 10 list. This year is no different. The first one from Hiya Toys is their Energized Godzilla. Coming in at number 7 is the Hiya Toys Energized Godzilla. This figure, absolutely gorgeous. I love the spines. I love the detail. The one thing that kind of holds this figure back from being higher up on the list is I almost feel like it's too much of the, the Energized. Like, I wish it was a little more black with the blue kind of just cracking through a little bit better. But this figure, absolutely gorgeous. The sculpt, Hiya's perfected this sculpt at this point in my eyes. Absolutely beautiful. The detail, the articulation, the size, it's a good size. Everything about this figure just screams a high level of just awesome figure. So that is why Hiya Toys has multiple entries on this list, and this is why this guy is one of them. Guys, for the 6th figure on this list, number 6 favorite figure of the year, combined 2 of my favorite things, Bandai and my favorite Godzilla suit, the 2002 suit. This is Bandai's Godzilla 2002 in the movie Monster series. The number 6 figure on the year once again combines 2 of my favorite things, the Bandai Movie Monster Series and Godzilla 2002. A pretty solid looking tag and a very gorgeous figure overall. Spines look good. I wish they painted all the way down to the tip, but that's come to expect with most Bandais. Great looking. The toe claws look great. The hand claws look great. The face looks very, very good. And once again, this is pretty much my favorite sculpt for Godzilla, and it very excites me that hopefully, since they don't have to modify much, just change a little bit of detail on the chest, Hopefully we get a 2003 Godzilla with that big scar on there very soon. Very glad we got this figure. It is a beaut. Number 5, guys, another entry from Hiya Toys. My 5th favorite figure of the year is their Muto from Godzilla 2014. This figure does not get enough love. This character does not get enough love, and Hiya did it justice. Number 5 on the list is the Hiya Toys female Muto. She is gorgeous. As I said in my review, I was just ranting and raving about this thing. I love the posability. I love just the articulation all over arms, legs, body, head, mouth. Just so amazing. Hiya Toys needs to please give us a male Muto to go with this figure and the Godzilla 2014. I think they did such an amazing job on the female Muto. And once again, as I said, Muto is just such an underrated Titan, I think, in general. I think it's about time that they both start getting a little more love. Number 4 favorite figure of the year, following right after that Muto, Godzilla 2014, again from Hiya Toys. And then immediately following the Muto in 4th place here is Godzilla 2014. I think Hiya Toys did a beautiful job on this figure. They got a great sculpt on the face. I love these classic spines. I've really started to miss seeing these. You know, I love the new ones a little better, but something about these first generation Godzilla spines really hit. Same goes with the foot. As I said in the review, it's nice to see those just stumpy little elephant feet. You know, I think they improved Godzilla. I think he looks better, you know, once they got to King of the Monsters and kind of expanded the feet and made the spines bigger. But something about this old design really slaps, and Hiya Toys did an amazing job capturing it. I'm so glad we have this figure. Guys, we're getting into the nitty-gritty of it now. Hiya Toys with another entry in the top 3 favorite figures of this year. This is their Heat Ray Godzilla. Number 3 is the translucent Hiya Toys Heat Ray version figure. Love this figure. They did an amazing job. I love these translucent spines. They just have a gorgeous, gorgeous color to them. The Heat Ray, once again, very beautiful. Taking that out. We have a gorgeous head sculpt on Godzilla. Not to mention, we got if you don't want to have him doing the atomic breath, we got another gorgeous, gorgeous head sculpt for Godzilla. I think this is super nice. And I also actually really love, I have this sitting right next to him. I think it looks really cool as like a little piece. Just kind of having it like that. It's a pretty cool, just kind of, oh, here's another little cool Godzilla head because it's so beautiful. I didn't want to hide it away. But there is the Hiya Toys translucent Godzilla figure. I think they just did such an amazing job on this one. The colors are so vibrant and big. I love this figure, and that's why it is a top 3 contender for the year. My number 2 favorite figure of all time for this year is the Godzilla Gold Memorial Statue. Amazing figure. In 2nd place, the Bandai Namco Sovix Golden Godzilla version for -1. This figure is absolutely gorgeous. Unlike previous releases, it comes with this cool little title card thing. Just kind of props up. And a very cool black base plate. But this figure is absolutely gorgeous. I'm just going to leave it put and kind of go around it. But wow. Such awesomeness. You know, we've already seen this figure a couple times. The standard, the atomic, the black, and the minus color. But this gold version just hits different. I think it's such an eye grabber on the shelf. Looks beautiful. Maybe it's made out of straight gold. Who knows? Who knows? But this figure is absolutely gorgeous. And I am just obsessed with the detail and the bright, vibrant colors of this thing. And that is why it is my number 2 figure of the entire year. Guys, before we get into my favorite figure of the entire year, let's first take a look at some honorable mentions. I have to start with some of these honorable mentions down here with the -1 shelf because they have so many amazing figures this year between the awesome Atomic King series, the regular Atomic, all the minus color figures, all of the gold versions, and then the silver and the blue, and then the other silver, the jungle. I just love all these. We have so many amazing -1 figures, and basically all of them had their hat close to the ring for my favorite figure of the year. Another honorable mention is the SH MonsterArts 70th Anniversary Godzilla 1954. Really cool to see Godzilla back in this kind of brownish color scheme. The atomic breath that came with the figure is very, very cool. A nice orangey red blast, and then a very cool 70th Anniversary base plate that this figure came with. SH MonsterArts really delivered, but this figure did not quite crack the list. The last couple of honorable mentions are going to be these gorgeous figures from Bandai. This is kind of the pre-evolved Godzilla, you know, they're calling it the Godzilla 2024. It's kind of the pre-evolved version, just a fun theater exclusive type variant on it. And then the same deal with the evolved Godzilla, very cool glitter pink. These figures are very gorgeous. I really love them, especially the evolved Godzilla. I really am disappointed that these tags are so nothing burger. Like, really, Bandai? Come on, you got such cool figures, and these are the tags you're going to go with? Very disappointing there, but 2 gorgeous, gorgeous figures from Bandai that very nearly cracked the top 10, but it was such a competitive year. Another thing I wanted to do before I announce my top figure of the entire year is I asked a few of my friends throughout the Godzilla community to send me a quick video of them with their top figure of the entire year, so please enjoy a few other Godzilla YouTubers' top figures of 2024.
Hello everybody, my name is Seismic and I'm coming back to you once again on the channel for the man who inspired me to get back into YouTube. And for the final couple days of 2024, he asked me what our favorite figures are of 2024, because this has been an insane year of collecting. And to me, my favorite figure of 2024 came in a little bit later around the end of the year. But my favorite figure of 2024 has to be the SH MonsterArts Godzilla Evolved, or Godzilla 2024. This figure, while I definitely think the head could have used some refinement in sculpting, and the paint I am not a big fan of, the articulation and the rest of the sculpt on this guy I just absolutely love. And because this is also my second favorite Godzilla design, I was so happy to finally get this guy in, and I am so stoked for whenever Hiya releases theirs next year. But yeah, out of this insane year of collecting, the SH MonsterArts Godzilla Evolved has to be my favorite figure of 2024. I know a lot of people don't like him, but me personally, I love him a lot. So yeah, with all that being said, I'm Seismic. This is my favorite figure of 2024. Happy New Year.
Hello, this is Heisenberg.
Hey there, this is G Forever.
Yeah, Happy New Year. It's the end of 2024. So it's time to reflect on what do we think are the best figures, Godzilla figures of 2024. Well, I think my favorite's no surprise. It's basically, let's see, it's the Jada remote control Godzilla Evolved. Why? Because it's big, and yeah, it's remote controlled, so it moves, and it has sound, and it lights, and it even has like that little heat ray, of like steam.
The mist, the humidifier.
The mist coming out of it. So this is the sort of Godzilla toy, I like big Godzilla toys, but I also like, I like ones that Godzillas that actually can move around. So it moves. Yeah, it moves, it roars, it lights up, so that's so I'm very happy with it. But I think you told me earlier you haven't really decided on your favorite figure of the year.
There's a lot.
But you've got a few.
Yeah, there's a few contenders. Like I think this Super 7 Space Godzilla definitely draws a lot of nostalgia. Bandai has been putting out a lot of stuff. I think Mondo did a pretty nice, nice looking 24 Godzilla as well. And then Banpresto has some really cool stuff. Really like their -1 and Godzilla Evolved. But I think for the bigger statues, I think Kan Lin's the Easy Hobby Omega Beast Shin Godzilla and Godzilla Ultima definitely run supreme. I'm leaning towards the Godzilla Ultima because that tail just looks so cool, and it's a very unique figure in the collection. So stay tuned. We'll find out. As I, channel my thoughts together and decide on who takes the top 10 list.
Yeah, this is Heisenberg.
And G Forever, and hope you have a happy new year.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. My favorite figure of 2024. This figure is from one of my favorite companies to collect from, Bandai. Surrounded by Bandai's only right now. So love to collect from Bandai. I love to collect rare and elusive figures from Bandai. So when this figure got announced from Godzilla -1, I knew I had to have it. This, of course, is the orange and gold, winner's gold for staff version only, Bandai Movie Monster Series figure. I haven't even done a review on this. It just came in, but between how elusive it is, how hard it is to collect, how much time and energy I put into kind of tracking it down and having people to help me get it, and then of course the price I paid for it, this figure had to be my #1. It just combined everything I love about Godzilla collecting, finding rare figures, the hunt, tracking it down, then eventually getting it, and being able to open it up and just see what an awesome piece you have finally acquired. And guys, I haven't even done a video on this, but coming very soon is a video on this figure. And here he is, the #1 figure of the year for me. Once again, winner's gold for staff version, Godzilla -1. Very cool. It's like an orange translucent vinyl with gold flakes kind of peppered throughout it. This figure is just really cool. They only really released it seemingly to staff that worked on the movie. So in order for one to pop up, somebody who was given one from the staff of the movie had to decide, I want to sell my figure. And thank goodness I was able to get it. This figure is gorgeous. I love it. Like I said, this figure is the #1 figure for a multitude of reasons, just because it kind of compounds everything I love about collecting Godzilla. It's from my favorite line to collect, the Bandai Movie Monster Series. And then, just putting in the hunt on this figure was a lot of work. Thank you to somebody who I would not have this figure without, Rip City Kaiju. Check him out on Instagram. He is an amazing dude, helps me out get all sorts of figures. He is a real OG and helped me get this very, very gorgeous Godzilla -1. Once again, there's the look at the tag. A review of this figure will definitely be happening very early next year, so stay tuned for that. Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up our top 10 figures of the year. Let's give a round of applause to the winner for this year. I'm surprised it wasn't a Hiya Toys figure. I think the last couple of years it has been. So very cool to see, just a very, very amazing Bandai figure I was able to get my hands on. This guy is an absolute gem in the collection. I'm so excited to have him. I still haven't even figured out where to put him. Am I going to put him, with the -1 stuff down, which is kind of down in this area? Or am I going to have to, get him a nice jewel case and put him up high? I don't know. Let me know what you do with this figure in the comments below, because I want to thank you really quickly for such an awesome 2024. It was super fun doing all sorts of Godzilla stuff, from, the reviews to the announcements to the lives and stuff, and the G-Fest. So an awesome 2024. Looking very much forward to 2025. And guys, the next video coming out on this channel is going to be something I haven't done in 2 years, a collection update. So it's been long overdue to give you guys a collection update, even for me to do a collection update for myself, just to kind of see how the things have changed and grown, and very much changed. The room is way different. The organization is way different. I cannot wait to do that video and get it out for you guys, hopefully on the 1st of January, 2025. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you in the next one.